I started looking into the Trayvon Martin case because of the 2018 Florida governor's race. The Democrat candidate, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, interested me because he seemed like such a friendly, charismatic guy.
Hey, everybody, it's Andrew Gillum here.
Mayor of Tallahassee, Georgia. Now, Mayor Gillum, welcome to Meet the Press Daily.
What's up, Chuck? Go Canes, man.
But he had a surprisingly radical agenda.
So I want y'all to join me on this mission. Together, we're going to take this state back, flip Florida blue, and flip this country blue in 2020.
Gillum shocked his more mainstream Democrat opponents.
Andrew Gillum seized the nomination for governor despite being third in the polls just a week ago.
And then lost by only a hair to Republican Ron DeSantis in the general election. What caught my attention?
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want, bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials like a contact section or a place to subscribe. Now, I'm running a sale, so I punch in some details, and just like that, I have a promo section. Functional and beautiful. I love it. Now, for the AI text creator, I got some products that need description. So I type in some keywords, and there it is. I've got copy that lands. Now, let's see what the AI image creator can do. Sometimes you just want to spice up your visual game. Type your idea and watch it turn into a high-quality image in seconds. You can have some real fun with this. If you need to tweak something, just brush it over, write what you want, and
were comments Andrew Gillum continued to make during the campaign about the shooting of Trayvon Martin.
We know, certainly in my state, in the case of Trayvon Martin, in the same state where Trayvon Martin was killed, for wearing a hoodie, quite frankly.
Then it became about the Stand Your Ground law.
We can look no further than the situation between Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. And because of Stand Your Ground laws, he was able to get away with it.
I had followed the Zimmerman case closely enough to know that virtually everything Gillum said was wrong. The case had nothing to do with Stand Your Ground and everything to do with traditional self-defense.
Mr. Zimmerman has made the statement of self-defense. Until we can establish probable cause to dispute that, we don't have the grounds to arrest him.
What, I wondered, was the reason for Gillum to bring up Trayvon Martin so much? Doing some superficial internet research, I saw that Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon's mother, was a big supporter of Gillum. He's got my vote.
And the truth is, you know what, I'm black. I've been black all my life. So far as I know, I will die black.
How did Gillum's racially charged political narrative work so well?
I'm not calling Mr. DeSantis a racist. I'm simply saying the racists believe he's a racist.
I started to think, maybe it was true that Gillum's improbable run was because of Trayvon Martin. So I started wondering, who was Trayvon Martin really? And what was Trayvon's true legacy? I needed to find out. I decided to produce a film about the case and how it affected American politics. In making the film, I got to know George Zimmerman. I got to know Trayvon Martin. And, much to my surprise, I got to know Trayvon's real girlfriend, Diamond Eugene. Diamond was on the phone with Trayvon just before he was shot. I uncovered how Diamond was switched for a fake witness in the most stunning hoax in American judicial history, a hoax whose consequences have been tragic beyond anyone's imagination. I would come to call this the Trayvon Hoax. The Trayvon Hoax was rooted in three major deceptions. The first was that George Zimmerman was a racist loose cannon. I came to appreciate how deep this deception was when I met George. I arrived in Orlando and headed to Sanford. On a cold Florida morning, George met me at a public park on the quiet Lake Monroe. He hadn't done any interviews since the trial in 2013. George seems smaller than you might expect, 5'7", and yes, he looks Hispanic, whatever that means. He is soft-spoken and unfailingly polite. Yes, sir, and no, sir.
George, good to meet you. Good to meet you, Joe. Thanks for coming here to talk to me. It's my pleasure. Can you tell me where you were politically in the years growing up?
Politically, I was a Democrat. I was an Obama supporter. I had been caught up in the promises of hope and change.
Our time for change has come.
I would say Barack Obama's candidacy did inspire me to become more active.
Can you tell me about your mentoring experience?
I was mentoring two African-American teenagers in a suburb of Orlando. Unfortunately, they had a father that was in prison for life, so they didn't really have a father in the home.
What kind of things were they getting into trouble-wise that you were able to help intervene with?
Unfortunately, as bad as pulling weapons on their parent or slashing tires, skipping school, really a variety of things that a lot of teenagers from that socioeconomic background struggle with. I take them to restaurants that they hadn't been to, kind of expand their cultural horizons. We spend a lot of time at churches playing basketball, just spending time with them one-on-one, letting them know that they're important. And whenever I could afford it, I'd splurge and take them somewhere nice. It was inspiring to see a positive change in kids that had a troubled background. I got a lot more from the kids than I think they got from me.
What was happening at the retreat at Twin Lakes in the months prior to your joining up with the Community Watch program?
We were being riddled by crime, robbery.
One upfront payment, 12 months of weight loss.
I have struggled with my weight since childhood. Diet and exercise was extremely difficult, leaving me sore and sliding backwards. I've lost a total of 20 pounds so far.
After 3 months, I've lost about 16, 17 pounds, which is more weight than I've been able to lose in a really long time. It's made me feel a lot more confident and do things that I enjoy. I don't get out of breath anymore doing normal activities like I did where I was around 200 pounds. Weight Loss by Hers offers access to compounded GLP-1 injections. Simple, all-in pricing. Ongoing care included at no extra cost. Free shipping right to your door if prescribed. Through Hers, your weight loss plan is personalized to your goals. Plus, you get access to unlimited messaging with a licensed medical provider. No insurance required, no in-person visits, 100% online. Take the free assessment to get started today.
Like, look at how it's sucking the tummy up. It's right here. Don't be happening when your prayers off. Love these. The mesh detailing is what's gonna make them breathable. They have the boning, which is gonna keep them from rolling down, and then also like this part down here, they're not going anywhere. And they're just really super comfortable, very lightweight and stretchy. Booty's lifted because booty is like non-existent in the one. That room back here, the sides are not looking all crazy and spilling out, but that's what I love about the shapewear. I honestly just really love how easy it was to put my jeans on. I love how I look and how I feel in these jeans right now.
Experience the mesh smooth but lifting shorts now and feel the confidence and comfort from within. Click the link to shop now.
We actually had home invasions.
I've heard someone ring my doorbell repeatedly, and I saw two young African-American guys. They broke into my house. I heard some bangs downstairs, and he was shaking the doorknob trying to get in. I was sitting there with a pair of rusty scissors and my son in one arm.
Neighborhood Watch was not something that I had thought of becoming a part of or wanted to be a part of. My wife had urged me to do something. I had seen in the neighborhood that there were Neighborhood Watch signs up, and I told her that I would go to the next homeowners association meeting. I was willing to do anything to give her a sense of comfort. The police advised us when they came and they spoke to us as a Neighborhood Watch group that we should call a non-emergency number if we thought there was a crime being committed or we saw someone that we didn't recognize in the neighborhood, and that it was better to be safe than sorry. Several other neighbors had called and reported suspicious persons, property being stolen, and I myself had called a few times. The police were having a hard time actually solving the crimes and catching the people that were committing them.
Can you describe when you left your house that night and why you stopped your car?
I was not on any type of Neighborhood Watch patrol. There was no such thing in the Neighborhood Watch program. I left my house that night simply to go to Target to do my grocery shopping, as I did every Sunday, to prepare my meals for the week. As I was driving out of my neighborhood, I noticed that there was a man who I perceived at that time, in other words, in between the buildings, the rows of the townhouses, in the rain, in the cold, in no particular rush to get out of the rain or the cold. So I decided to do what the Neighborhood Watch program had instructed us to do, call the non-emergency number.
What caused you to leave your car?
The reason I left my vehicle was because the non-emergency dispatcher asks me several times, which direction did he go in? I felt it was my obligation if I was going to call and ask for their assistance, that I should be at least able to give them an accurate description of where he had gone. But in fact, I had not seen him from the time I left my vehicle until the altercation.
Are you following him? Yeah, okay, we don't need to do that. Okay.
And when the dispatcher asked you if you're following him, why did you answer yes?
I didn't mean that I was actually following him because I never really saw him. I just happened to be walking in the direction where I had last seen him. I never saw Trayvon at all during that time. And I saw headlights near my car. So I decided to walk back to my vehicle, thinking it was the police officer.
And then when I got to right about here, he yelled from behind me to the side of me. He said, "Yo, you got a problem?" And I turned around and I said, "No, I don't have a problem, man." And he said, "You got a problem now." And then he was here and he punched me in the face.
Being over 6 foot tall, he closed the gap between he and I very quickly and sucker punched me and broke my nose. When he broke my nose, I lost my footing. I was disoriented.
He pushed me down. Somehow he got on top of me.
My head was about halfway onto the concrete, and my body was mostly on the grassy area.
And he just kept slamming and slamming.
He kept pummeling me with punches, decided to beat my head into the concrete sidewalk.
I started screaming, "Help, help," as loud as I could.
Kept going through my mind, is get your head off the pavement. You're going to lose consciousness.
911, do you need police or medical? Both, I'm not sure. There's just someone screaming outside.
Being on my back, all the blood from my broken nose was going down my throat and essentially choking me. He was also trying to smother me and stop my cries for help while he was in the midst of raining down blows on me.
somebody here opened the door.
Trayvon Martin was on top, correct?
Correct.
And he was the one who was raining blows down on the person on the bottom, George Zimmerman, right?
That's what it looked like. And he yelled at him, "Stop, stop, I'm calling the police." Even with Mr. Good yelling that he was calling the police, Trayvon didn't stop. He didn't let up at all. He continued his attack.
And then what did you do to get out of the situation?
I had shimmied my body down the grass to get my head off of the concrete sidewalk. It made my jacket ride up my body and exposed my firearm that had been concealed.
I felt his arm going down to my side, and I grabbed it.
I didn't really remember that I had the firearm on me, and I didn't think it would ever come into play.
And I just grabbed my firearm and I shot one time.
After I fired the shot, I believed I didn't even shoot him.
I didn't think I hit him because he sat up and he said, "Look, you got me."
I thought he was simply stating that he wasn't going to fight anymore. He knew that I got to the gun before he did.
"I know you have a gun now. I heard it. I'm giving up."
My first reaction was concern for my neighbors. Where did the bullet go? Because of the position we were in, my shot would have gone into one of their bedrooms.
And that stunning video takes us right into the police station behind me.
What were your feelings initially as to how the justice system would work?
I had a great amount of respect and belief in the criminal justice system. In fact, I did a reenactment the day after with the police without an attorney present. I did several interviews without an attorney present. I even did a computerized voice stress analysis, which is similar to a lie detector test, without an attorney present. I believed that the justice system would work, but I still had to deal with the fact that I had taken my life. I was absolutely devastated. He wasn't that much older than the eldest mentee that I had. I was destroyed emotionally.
I drove to the courthouse, a regal-looking building on the outskirts of town. During the trial, the front was filled with television trucks from all over the country, even the world. The extensive grounds had room for hundreds of protesters, maybe thousands. I went inside to check out the courtroom.
Just came from a tour of the courtroom. The deputies took me inside, and I could see how small it was. Anybody who's speaking in that courtroom, it is so tight in there, you just know if they're telling the truth or not.
Please proceed to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you.
I saw where Rachel Jantel testified. It's very close to the audience.
A letter she sent to Trayvon Martin's mother describing what she heard. Did you sign it at the bottom?
Yes.
What name did you use?
Diamond Eugene. Diamond Eugene. Diamond Eugene.
The effects of this trial are still being felt throughout the country. It really changed the United States.
Can you tell me anything that he might have told you during these final moments that no one knows about?
He went face down into the grass, and I heard him say, "Tell Mama Alicia I'm sorry."
Next, I went to check out the retreat at Twin Lakes. Still thinking about Trayvon's final words to George, "Tell Mom Alicia I'm sorry." I had read Trayvon was raised by his stepmother, Alicia Stanley.
You were his stepmother for a long, long time.
Yes, for 14 years.
14 years.
Trayvon was about 3 when I met his father. And Trayvon was to our house, in my home, 90% of the time. I'm the one that went to them football games. I'm the one was there when he was sick.
Trayvon had been sent to Sanford by his mother, Sabrina Fulton, because he had been suspended from school for the 3rd time in 3 months.
I was not looking forward to this, but I had to come and check it out.
I want people to know that he wanted to live with me and his father.
What was Alicia Stanley trying to tell the world?
Lasagna time. The bread is in the oven.
After he saw George, Trayvon could have walked to his father's girlfriend's house in about 20 seconds. Instead, he spent 4 minutes on the phone with his girlfriend and circled back to lash out at George. Why would Trayvon attack someone and refuse to let up? What was going on in his life that led to this terrible decision? I decided I needed to get to know Trayvon. If the media would not tell Trayvon's real story, maybe Trayvon's own words would. Florida is an open record state. This means every document from every court case is available upon request. So I ordered up all the cell phone records in the Zimmerman case. They said it would take about 2 weeks. Apparently, Trayvon Martin's phone records had to be subpoenaed because his father refused to give them to police. Then the prosecutors tried very hard to keep the records out of court. In fact, the defense spent 2/3 of their time demanding discovery. This was hard to understand because that's how Trayvon's girlfriend was discovered as an ear witness.
Her testimony that's shown on these phone logs, she completely blows Zimmerman's absurd self-defense claim out of the water. Mr. Martin, on Sunday evening, he had called the young lady.
And I had run for it. And then the man, and then he said he knocked me.
They were dating.
And then the man called, and then Trayvon said, the man still was on him.
You call it puppy love or whatever you want to call it.
And Trayvon asked for Trayvon to run. And Trayvon said, they don't like that.
She is a minor child.
He's going to walk back.
Her parents does not in any way want to reveal her identity. She is a minor. We have all the evidence now.
It was an incredible discovery. Within 72 hours of finding her, their detective work paid off, big time. Barack Obama got on board.
My main message is to the parents of Trayvon Martin. You know, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
Basketball superstar LeBron James and the NBA were in too.
Star player LeBron James writing R.I.P. Trayvon Martin on his shoe.
For us to be in the position we're in, we have to share along a situation that's unjust.
And Chicago Congressman Bobby Rush, the former Black Panther leader, helped put the pressure on the House floor.
Racial profiling has to stop, Mr. Speaker.
The member will.
These words. He has shown you, oh God, bless Trayvon Martin's soul. He was a black man wearing a hoodie in a white neighborhood.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 44. I built
mobilized into student walkouts to protest. The phone witness had contradicted all the other evidence and ignited the public.
To demand that the state attorney charge this homeowners association loose cannon with murder.
And it is the search for justice for Trayvon that has brought us to this moment.
Soon enough, a special prosecutor was assigned and George Zimmerman was arrested.
Today, we filed an information charging George Zimmerman with murder in the second degree.
The prosecutor did not make a decision based on public pressure.
Let me emphasize that we do not prosecute by public pressure or by petition. I want to especially thank Mr. Crump.
The cell phone document finally arrived. It was overwhelming, 750 pages, including over 1,500 contacts, almost 3,000 text messages, and 3,000 photos. It even had GPS coordinates fixing Trayvon's locations. Although massive, I knew I would have to read it many times, and I would learn more about Trayvon than even his friends and family knew. My first challenge, though, was to learn some urban English, starting with the word Nigga. Used repeatedly, it carried no stigma and simply meant dude. I learned jit was child, boo was sweetheart, bae was babe, brew was brother, deuces meant get lost, slid meant tired, G-shit was keeping it real, kush was marijuana, and OG and OB were old boy and old girl, mom and dad. Then there was urban shorthand to learn, like finna, pose, cuz, good, dough, and WYA, where you at? I also learned words like dod, dis, dat, wit, what, day, and now for now. Now I was ready to get down with my bad self. In the fall of 2011, Trayvon's activities seemed to revolve around school, church, and going to the movies with female friends. His cell phone contacts were loaded with images of girls blowing kisses, girls showing a little skin, and more girls. Closest to Trayvon seemed to be 4 former girlfriends who were somewhat similar, about 5'3", thin, and 2 years younger than him. They all had nicknames, so I cross-referenced their phone numbers and email addresses to locate their Facebook pages to identify them. These included Sunshine. She was Ashley Birch. She would greet Trayvon almost every morning. Good morning, Sunshine. You want to go to Galaxy this weekend? Yeah, if I have money. Daisha Mitchell appears to have been Trayvon's sweetheart in junior high and was now just a good friend. What you doing tonight? Chilling, you? Sammy was Samantha Mason, another friend. Where you at? Leaving the movies. Which movie you seen? Really was Faith Miller. She thought of herself as Trayvon's girlfriend in early 2012. What you doing? Nothing, with my cousins. Everybody loves Raymond. Faith was literally the preacher's daughter. Her father was a Baptist minister. Faith seemed like a sweet girl. Faith was in love with Trayvon. Trayvon's text messages with his mother, Sabrina, seemed fairly routine. Please clean up today. My church day is tomorrow. I cleaned up my room. Am I free to go? She planned family get-togethers and communicated typical mom things. Eyes up, soldier. Rise and shine. I'm up, Captain. Trayvon sported tattoos of his mother and grandmother, Nana. There wasn't much communication between Trayvon and his father, Tracy. His past couldn't have been a great influence on him.
Mr. Martin, have you ever been arrested?
Yes, I've been arrested. Possession of a controlled substance.
In 1989, Tracy Martin was a drug courier. He flew into St. Louis with 2 kilos of pure cocaine with a street value of over $1 million and was arrested at the airport. Tracy pleaded guilty to possession with intent to distribute and spent the next several years at Leavenworth. He also had a tattoo on his neck, Crippin' all the time, implying allegiance to the Crips gang. Tracy quickly had the Crips tattoo covered with praying hands once Trayvon's case started to get media attention. Some of Trayvon's male friends seemed like bad news. His best friend was Mario, whom Trayvon called Brew, meaning brother. His real name was Romario Paradis. Trayvon and Mario seemed to go way back. However, Mario could not have been a good influence. His Twitter account image was a gang sign. He made sure everyone knew he was in a gang. He even used fake gold teeth. On a video on Mario's Facebook page, he's showing off his guns and practicing to shoot with friends. He shot at targets of people. The Miami gang culture was very big and plenty of trouble, and it was all around them.
Ladies, Sage is doing her seminar. Yes, I'm super excited.
Mario was also friends with Stephon Bramble, another close friend of Trayvon. Trayvon called him Steve O. On Stephon Bramble's Facebook page, I was shocked to see a video he posted smoking marijuana with Trayvon and some underage kids. That nigga Trayvon always got joints for the block. My nigga Trey did love to smoke. Stephon Bramble seemed like more bad news for Trayvon. Photos showed Stephon liked to drink lean. It's made from codeine or cough syrup and a soft drink to get high. He also smoked a lot of pot and seemed to sell it, and made a lot of money doing it too. The video showed he was proud of it. Stephon Bramble was also into handguns and even machine guns. It didn't seem to bother him that little kids were around. Not surprisingly, Trayvon's two closest friends, Mario and Stephon, would later find themselves in trouble with the law. In the fall of 2011, Trayvon's behavior took a sudden, dark turn. His pastimes now included street fighting, drugs, and guns. By this time, Trayvon was using the Twitter handle, No Limit Nigga, the name of a street gang.
No limit gangsta, no limit gangsta.
After he was kicked out by his mother, Trayvon's friend Ayana Fleming, tried to warn Trayvon, but he wasn't listening. My mom kicked me out. The police caught me out of school. So you just turning into a little hoodlum. No, I'm a gangster. Boy, don't get one planted in your chest. I'm scared. You should be. The images and text messages on Trayvon's cell phone showed that Trayvon was heavily into marijuana. He was a regular consumer. Can we smoke one last time? Weed head? I got weed and I get money Friday.
Did you know whether or not he was smoking weed?
No, I did not.
Trayvon's cousin Booby, Stephen Martin, tried to warn him not to deal drugs, but Trayvon wouldn't listen. I ain't your parent, but G shit, throw it away. Why you gotta knock my hustle?
The kids call it Skittles or Triple C, but you know it as cough syrup.
Like his good friend Stephon Bramble, Trayvon was into lean to get high. The ingredients included cough syrup, a soft drink, and candy.
Cough medicine contains dextromethorphan, a dangerous hallucinogenic.
Trayvon was trying to score codeine from his friend Mackenzie Bakash. You know a connect for codeine. I had it before. Just use Robitussin and soda to make some fire-ass lean. Codeine is a higher dose of DXM. A week before his death, his text messages showed that guns and gun dealing were coming into play for Trayvon. Dario was Darius Morrow. On Facebook, he went by D Stacks. You got heat? I got a bill right now for some fi. A bill was $100, and fi meant firearms. Quay was Trayvon's cousin, Ronquavius Fulton.
Money on my mind, cutting with this grind.
He was in on the gun dealing too. You want a 22 revolver? What shooter? Tell fool I got 80 for him right now. Shooter was brand, and fool meant friend.
Were you aware of the conversation about getting a 22 handgun?
No.
Would that surprise you?
Yes, it would.
Trayvon was also dealing guns with his friend, Spoonhead Zachary Witherspoon. You know somebody with some 38? Yeah, 150. Him finna cop a 38 for a face. Face meant marijuana. In 3 months, Trayvon was suspended from school 3 times. He had a video on his cell phone of street fighting. What you doing? Watching videos on World Star Fights. Trayvon's YouTube channel had videos of fighting and mixed martial arts. Each time he got suspended, his mother kicked him out and sent him to live with his father. Back up your clothes. I love you, but I think you being with your dad is best. Back up your clothes now.
You never knew that he was being considered for expulsion?
No, I did not.
This is the first time I've ever heard of that.
Trayvon's friends were concerned. Why you always fighting, man? You got suspended? I lost the first round, but won the second and third. You ain't tell me you swung on a bus driver. I was watching a fight, and a teacher said I hit him. Stop. You ain't gonna be satisfied till you get suspended again, huh? My mom just told me I gotta move. You had a fight this year? Damn, bro, I got kicked out. You fighting? Suspended. Fighting. What you fighting for? That nigga snitched on me. The Urban Dictionary defines snitches as motherfuckers who gets their ass beat up. He ain't bleeding out for me, only his nose. This text exchange sounded too familiar.
He had marijuana in his system.
I had to wonder if Trayvon thought George was snitching on him for smoking pot. The Zimmerman and Trayvon deceptions would pale in comparison to the greatest deception of them all.
Did he have a girlfriend back then before he passed?
No.
With only 5 days to live, Trayvon was back on the bus to Orlando, texting with his girlfriend, Diamond. Often, their texts were highly sexual. Just got back on the bus. Shit, babe, I missed some sex. You should have been on the bus. Diamond loved to ride. This dick is yours. That you tell me, you should know. Diamond, the girl who stole Trayvon's heart, was different than the others. She was a badass, boastful, confident, and overtly sexual. I am gorgeous, fabulous, sexy, and hoe will always hate on this Diamond because they want what I got. I would like to show you some move. I want to see you so bad right now. How you want me? I want in every way. In February 2012, Diamond's text exchanges with Trayvon averaged 50 per day, and they spoke on the phone for about 5 hours every day, including the last day of his life. Diamond was always getting herself ready for prime time. What are you doing? Taking a hot bath? I want to join. I bet you do. I'm doing my hair now. You already started putting the weave in? Yeah. Text messages between Diamond and Trayvon were often loving. Diamond? Sweetheart. Good morning, babe. Happy Valentine's.
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important to an organization's success. Frankly, I have no idea what the other 6% are thinking. You know, usually when people look up ways to improve culture,
Times Day, bae. Give me a kiss. Do you want to be my ride to die nigga? Bae. Ride to die meant we are a couple. We ride together and we die together. Whatever happens to me, happens to you, because we stay together. After obsessively rereading Trayvon's text messages about 100 times, as I set out to do, I had come to know Trayvon. And, surprisingly, now I knew Diamond too, almost personally. Shit, I love my duck ass. I knew her vibe, her jive, and her attitude well enough to know that something was very wrong here. Diamond was attractive, highly sexualized, and self-confident in the extreme. Rachel Gentile was none of this. Did Trayvon really beg to jump into a bathtub with Rachel? Yet Rachel was the girl we all saw at the trial claiming to be Diamond.
My name was a lie.
That's a name that you made up,
That's my nickname.
but your last name isn't Eugene.
That's my mother.
Trayvon's girlfriends were all short, thin, and younger than him. Rachel Gentile was a year older and outweighed him by 100 pounds. And there was no duck ass. I checked Trayvon's contacts. There was no Rachel Gentile. There was an entry for Diamond, with her phone number used with Trayvon, but no photo. Trayvon often implored Diamond to text photos, and she always obliged. Send me a pic. You got the pic? Yeah. I then went through the 3,000 photos stored on Trayvon's phone. Yet there was no picture of Rachel Gentile, who was unmistakable. Then I recalled Trayvon often called Diamond Bae for babe. Morning, Bae. Be safe, Bae. Hey, Bae. Just got home, Bae. Sure enough, there was a contact for Bae, right next to the phone number used by Diamond. However, the photo of Bae was not Rachel Gentile. Even though Bae wore a long weave and a ton of light makeup, no sighted person could possibly confuse her with Rachel Gentile. How could the state of Florida prosecutors not have seen this?
The young lady completely connects the dots.
I quickly downloaded Benjamin Crump's 20-minute phone call with Diamond. That interview was 3 weeks after Trayvon was killed on March 19, 2012. Then I downloaded the recording of Rachel Gentile's deposition with prosecutor Bernie De La Rionda from exactly 2 weeks later on April 2nd. I selected similar phrases from each interview and compared them, listening over and over.
What you doing around here?
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 Trayvon, you like walk.
Trayvon, start walking.
Trayvon, you like walk.
Trayvon, start walking.
Their voices shared little. The tone, inflection, syntax, rhythm, and accents didn't match.
And you're walking out the store.
You leaving the store.
And you're walking out the store.
You leaving the store.
Okay, walk your house.
I told him to run to the house.
Okay, walk your house.
I told him to run to the house.
Diamond spoke fluidly and with confidence. The terminology was different too.
Get his headset back down.
Because the headphones, he might get off.
Get his headset back down.
Because the headphones, he might get off.
Even the stories were different.
It's not raining hard.
It was not raining.
It's not raining hard.
It was not raining.
Next, I decided to listen to Rachel Gentile's April 2nd deposition. At 6 p.m. that day, Sabrina guided the police to Diamond's house. She knew the address because she had driven the real Diamond home from her house 2 weeks earlier. However, when they arrived at the address, they were sent to a different house where, who showed up at the door but Rachel Gentile. I wanted to know the redacted address and put in a request for the original document. I was guessing the first address was where the real Diamond lived.
Could you state your name for the record, please?
Rachel Gentile.
She is a 16-year-old teenager.
How old are you now?
18.
Prosecutors had to subpoena Diamond's phone records because she refused to provide them.
Is that phone number under your name or under somebody else's name?
It should be now under my name.
Okay.
In fact, the cell phone account was Simple Mobile and was prepaid with no identifying information. It was probably transferred to Rachel that day.
Did you consider yourselves dating?
No.
Were you kind of his girlfriend or just kind of you guys?
We're leaving.
Okay, you're getting there. That day, February 26th. Did Trayvon send you any text messages?
Like one.
In fact, they exchanged 32 text messages that day.
Did Trayvon ever say the guy's coming at me, he's going to hit me?
Yeah.
You ever say the guy got out of the car?
You want that too?
By now, it was obvious that Rachel Gentile was just making things up as she went. At the end of the interview, she actually tries to tell the prosecutor she's lying, but he doesn't get it.
I got guilt.
You got guilt? Why do you feel guilty?
Real guilty.
Huh?
Real guilty.
Why do you feel real guilty?
I ain't know about it.
Huh?
I ain't know about it.
Rachel did not know about it because she was not Diamond.
Dramatic testimony emerging late this afternoon in George Zimmerman's murder trial. Jurors getting to hear from the woman who was on the phone with Trayvon Martin just moments before he was shot and killed.
The most memorable moment of the trial was Rachel talking about a letter the real Diamond had given to Sabrina Fulton.
Are you able to read that copy well enough that you can tell us if it's in fact the same letter?
No.
Are you unable to read that at all?
I don't understand. Cursive. I don't read cursive.
The letter detailed everything Diamond said she heard, yet Sabrina kept the evidence secret for a year, tucked away in her Bible until just before the trial.
Had you disclosed this to the state before yesterday?
No,
Did you discuss this with your attorney, the existence of this letter?
I did not.
Did you consider this letter significant?
I consider that letter to be personal and sentimental.
In fact, there was nothing personal about it. It was only a narrative of the phone call with Trayvon, and that was it. There was no Dear Sabrina, no feelings, and it ended with simply, thank you, Diamond Eugene.
What did you do once you read it?
I've received several letters, so I put it in a box
Meanwhile, Tracy Martin got very nervous when he was asked about Diamond's letter.
Was it ever read to you? I have no knowledge of what was in the letter. Never read it, never had it read to me, never had it sent to me, never had it in my possession.
The closer I looked at the letter, the deeper and deeper I was drawn into it. I sensed it must have some great significance in the cover-up of who Diamond really was.
I did not write the letter, though.
Oh, who wrote the letter for you?
I told Francine to write it. I tell her what to write.
Rachel claimed a woman who worked for Trayvon's mother, Francine Serve, wrote the letter for her.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working. If you have peace, if you have good relationships with loved ones, or if you have healthy boundaries, if you're able to put your head on your pillow at night and just fall asleep, if you've got control of your marriage or...
Did you know Francine?
Yes.
From the fact that she was helping out with your brother?
Yes.
I had identified all the callers on Diamond's phone records by doing background checks online, one by one. Soon enough, I was able to assign a name to every number. Diamond's best friend was the beautiful Felicia Cineas, who was also 16. Every day, Diamond and Felicia texted and called each other almost nonstop, from 5 a.m. until midnight. Felicia went to Michael Crop High School and knew Trayvon. Diamond's best friend Felicia's older sister was none other than Francine Serve. This was interesting. More background checks revealed that in 2016, both Francine and Felicia were convicted of identity fraud involving fraudulent use of credit cards and grand theft. These people were not shy about swapping identities.
I did say, my name is Diamond Eugene. I signature as Diamond Eugene.
I decided to look for Rachel's signature and compare it to the one on the letter. I found it on a 2015 traffic citation. It looked like Rachel could barely write. Though I'm not a handwriting expert, I didn't believe for 1 second that Rachel had signed the name Diamond Eugene. I began to wonder if any of the witnesses in this case could be trusted, including Diamond herself. Crump was leading the witness.
Let me do this here. Let me have you start over with just saying that there, okay? And say it loud and slow for me, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
She was just repeating back to Crump the narrative he'd said on the news.
All he had was a bag of Skittles and an iced tea. Say it loud and slow.
Even worse, whatever Crump said, Diamond simply agreed with him.
Did Trayvon sound scared? Yeah. Did Trayvon sound normal throughout the whole day since you had talked to him?
Yeah, he sounded happy.
I had to laugh. Diamond knew Trayvon was not happy that day because of Diamond. You said I'm a waste of your time. It what it is, you really hurt a nigga feelings. It whatever, you done with me? Nigga, go fuck a hoe. Crump slipped up when he told Court TV what was obvious to me. Diamond was coerced.
This interview happened, Jane, because we pushed her making a statement.
For 3 weeks, Diamond was hammered by calls and texts from Trayvon's two best friends, Mario and Stefan Bramble. The tag team pressured Diamond with three-way calls with Felicia too. By the third week, Diamond caved in.
How did you locate witness number 8?
Mr. Martin got his phone bill, and he saw the last person that was on the phone, and it was this witness.
Only the media could fall for Crump's story of discovering Diamond.
1, 2, 3.
Out of the blue on March 18. Diamond had a lot going on in March 2012. Some calls seemed routine, like fast food. Diamond loved Pizza Hut and Chinese food. She was also concerned about skincare. There were regular calls to financial institutions, a little suspicious for someone too young to have a credit card and calling from an untraceable prepaid phone. There were 21 texts and 6 phone calls with Trayvon's mom, Sabrina Fulton.
Good morning, Matt. Hey, good morning, Robin. We've been following this story for a few weeks now.
There were 74 texts and 4 phone calls between Diamond and ABC News correspondent Matt Gutman, including calls late at night and early in the morning. There were also regular calls between Diamond and Rachel Gentile, and a call to Benjamin Crump on March 31st, just before Rachel's deposition. Clearing my head after weeks of research, I realized I had just uncovered the most flagrant judicial fraud in modern times. But even with all the phone records, I still could not identify Diamond. Maybe it wasn't accidental. There were over 100 texts missing. Why did Diamond have to be forced to come forward? Why was Rachel Gentile substituted as a fake witness? And who knew? The George Zimmerman case had started the modern era of fake news and race hoaxes. Had the truth been exposed at trial, the whole course of recent history would have been different. There would be no Black Lives Matter movement. The city of Ferguson might not have blown up. Colin Kaepernick might still be playing for the 49ers. And thousands of young African Americans might have been spared the lethal consequences of the Ferguson effect. But to tell this story, I had to find Diamond. I needed to know the backstory. I had to understand the culture, the street life, even the geography of Diamond's world, if I was going to find her. It was time for some field work.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are doing to fix missing and broken teeth. The company everyone has been raised
And there was only one place to go. Miami. Arriving in Miami on a cool, overcast day, I headed for the side of town that is on no tourist map, the East Side. And I'm going to hit a lot of houses where people live, really understand all the people that I've been studying for so long by looking at their neighborhoods, their schools. They all lived in a roughly 4 square mile patch of Miramar, Miami Gardens, and Opelika. I wanted to get a sense of the geography and also the lifestyle. The streets were flat, linear, and easy to follow. It would be hard to get lost. The main streets were lined with strip malls. The side streets with old Florida houses. Detached, pleasant, each with yards and lots of greenery. No one's idea of a ghetto.
Destination is on your left.
We reached the house of Sunshine, Ashley Birch.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South University Drive.
Next, I went to check out where Trayvon's good friend, Daisha Mitchell, lived. I started to get the sense that these girls all lived in pretty decent homes.
In a quarter mile, the destination is on your left.
This is where Faith Miller lived, good Christian girl, father's a preacher and a lawyer. There was a Baptist church van in the driveway. I was surprised to run into the Nation of Islam.
You know, we're trying to do some of this crime in the community. Y'all like to help us out? I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. All praises to Allah. Y'all have a blessed one, all right? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, brother.
Should blacks consider separation? Hate crimes, blacks are #1 target. Right now we're going to the house of Felicia Sinius, the best friend, where they sent hundreds of texts to each other. This is Felicia's house. Donnie's best friend.
So I'm dressed. I'm waiting.
This is the house where Trayvon lived for 12 years with Mama Alicia.
Hey. Say hey, everybody.
Then the destination is on your left.
This is the house where Trayvon lived part-time with his mother, Sabrina. Going to Miami Beach to check out Matt Gutman's condo, the ABC News reporter. Turns out Matt Gutman lives on the island.
ABC News has obtained exclusively the last information from the last person to speak with him.
It was from this location that ABC's Matt Gutman started texting and calling Diamond, even late into the night. Next, I decided to visit the 4 high schools that Trayvon and his friends attended. I need to go through every yearbook of every high school if I'm going to find Diamond. I was able to walk right into the administrative offices and buy a yearbook. There it is, Miami Carroll City 2012. My next stop was Michael Crop High School, where Trayvon attended, but had been suspended 3 times in his final 3 months. I made my way to the administrative offices and bought a yearbook. Got it, Michael Crop, yearbook. I wondered if Diamond was somewhere in these pages. Big yearbook.
Turn right onto Northwest 12th Avenue.
Going over to Miami Norland Senior High School. This is where Rachel Jantel at one time was in high school. I'm gonna go see if I can get a yearbook and learn something and take a look around the school.
Turn left, then your destination will be on the right.
Here, I was hoping to get more information on Rachel Jantel as well. I hit it off with someone who told me about Rachel's academic history. I learned that in 2012, Rachel was an 18-year-old 9th grader.
Did you miss a year somewhere along the line?
No, I failed.
You failed and were held back 1 year?
Yes, 2.
Also, I learned that Rachel was in the Exceptional Student Education Program, designed for students with learning disabilities, among other problems.
Now I got like 100 tardies.
Oh, you basically would just sleep in?
When I feel like waking up, I wake up.
So did you dictate the letter?
What do they take? It's what they take. What is that? What they take?
Another person writes down what's being said.
I will get confused. I don't even know what I remember.
I have back-to-back meetings. I can't find my notes, and I haven't had coffee. Man, I wouldn't want to be you. Who are you? I'm you. Future you. The one who uses Otter, the AI meeting agent that live transcribes meetings and creates automated summaries. Oh no, does AI take our job? Nope, just our stress. Frees you up so you can do what you love. Mixology for mocktails. Oh, we love those. Hey, what are we prepping for, bud? A planning session for a Q3 marketing campaign. I can't remember the budget. Watch this. What budget did we agree to in the last meeting? Alex approved $45,000. Oh, okay. But my meeting's now, and I need caffeine. I feel you. Hey, do your thing, my guy. Otter's got this. Hey, welcome back. Go ahead. Ask the AI chat what you missed. Catch me up. Oh, that's cool. I only have 5 minutes to write a follow-up before my next meeting. We're so cute when we're anxious. It's confusing that you're flirting with me. That's not important. Watch this. Create a roadmap for our product launch based on what we discussed. There it is. Timeline, responsibilities, and milestones. I feel so chill. That is the feeling of winning. Oh, also, I put too much ice in it.
Get started for free with Otter.ai, the AI meeting agent with live transcription, automated summaries, AI chat, and more.
Sometimes it's not the words, it's the silence between them.
11 Labs brings breath.
You're having trouble with remembering the details?
Yeah.
According to the Washington Post, Rachel was reading at a 4th grade level at the time of the trial. Looking back, I doubt Rachel could read at all. I began to wonder whether Rachel's limitations had made her an easy target for those with their own agendas. I had learned a hell of a lot from my brief visit to Miami Norland. It didn't seem like Rachel was even in school that year. I had one more high school to go. Miramar High School. I'm going to go in and try to see if I can get a yearbook, as well as look around the campus. Trayvon had several girlfriends who had attended Miramar, and Diamond could have been one of them. They had a nice cafeteria. Diamond, baby, I hope you're in here. We got the Miramar High 2011-2012 yearbook. There were thousands of students whose names and class years I would need to cross-check with Trayvon's phone records. This I would do when I got back to Los Angeles. Next, I made my way to Little Haiti in downtown Miami, a rundown area just over the bridge from luxurious Miami Beach. My grandma, my aunties, uncles, all the Zoes. I knew from Diamond's text messages that she was of Haitian descent. Zoe was a nickname for Haitian. Also, Diamond's last name on her letter to Sabrina Fulton was Eugene, a common Haitian name. I thought maybe a voodoo priestess could help me find Diamond, so I tried to call in advance. J'ai besoin de parler avec le voodoo priestess. C'est toi? Diamond Eugene. Oui. Ah, oui, je parle un peu de français, mais lentement. Commence, cherche le voodoo priestess, merci. Qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Non, je ne suis pas police. That didn't exactly work out. It was great to be in Little Haiti. So busy and so colorful. There was Creole music blasting everywhere. It looked like there were no tourists. It would be just me and Haitians. This is what it must be like in Haiti. I walked the streets of Little Haiti to get a feel of the place and the people. Little Haiti. There were beautiful murals everywhere. And there it was, right before my eyes. There was Diamond in a mural welcoming me to Little Haiti. This was a good sign if there ever was one. Now, I just had to find the voodoo priestess. Where can I find a voodoo priestess? I know there's one down there. Oh, hi. Voodoo priestess, give me some advice. Yeah, no? All right, thank you. Yeah, okay, thanks, David. The stores were jammed with souvenirs. You could barely walk around. Do we have a priestess here? What is that? They give you like advice. No? Okay, thanks anyway. I thought, maybe if I buy something, people will tell me where to find a priestess. I chose a Haitian spice grinder. Comment t'appelles-tu? Marianne. Marianne, je m'appelle Joël. Enchanté. Je suis très sympathique.